Hi, my name is Joe,
And I'm Fernando.
and this is the Digital Addiction Empire. And today we will be talking about X-Men Apocalypse. All right, let's just get to the story of this movie that is like the sixth movie in, or sixth, or probably like seventh movie in the X-Men
Yeah.
movies.
Like the X-Men itself.
Or like in the X-Men itself. Oh, yeah.
Like not including the Wolverine
It'll
movies.
probably be the sixth one in the X-Men
Yeah.
series, but not including the Wolverines will probably make it like eighth, ninth.
Yeah.
But I thought that the story was pretty good. Being X-Men fans, you really want to see, Apocalypse. Apocalypse is, the biggest, baddest dude out there of the X-Men,
Yeah.
and so basically he awakens and, he wants to take over the world, He's a human hater and, thinks that mutants should rule the world and he is God, and every other mutant is his child,
Yeah.
children.
He's been around for years.
You are the
Millennium.
You are mistaken, my child. So, and the X-Men are there to protect the humans, protect the mutants. So, yeah, I thought that the story was really, really. I thought it wasn't that. I thought it was good. It was solid. Um, I really love that it took place in the 80s, because I'm an 80s lover.
Yeah, it's like
63,
73, and 83.
Yeah, so this trilogy that I think has come to an end, going from the 60s, 70s to 80s. I really love the 80s. So I thought that was cool in this movie. Having all the characters dressed up in the 80s, the kids, and basically they in this movie they brought in the original generation of X-Men. Cyclops, Jean Grey, Storm. They brought all of them, and this is like how they get introduced and become X-Men. What did you think about the story?
I like how it started off like the Egyptian part in the beginning.
Yeah, that was a cool scene.
That was a pretty epic scene, and just when the way they introduced Apocalypse and all that, just like because I wasn't very familiar of him. I know like he was more than I was, and I know I read about him a lot more, where he came from and all that. So the beginning was actually a pretty epic scene.
Yeah.
To start off with.
And I thought it was really cool that you finally get to see Apocalypse on the big screen. Like making use of his powers, and you really like discover like how powerful he really is. He is he basically transfers himself from body to body, accumulating like mutants' powers. So I mean, if you think about it, I mean that's pretty crazy. It's the process leaves him vulnerable, but if he pulls it off, I mean this guy is one badass dude. Basically just accumulating powers. It's crazy. So I mean that's basically what I thought in the story was, the crisis and the climax of this movie was basically he wanted Professor X's powers. The power to get into people's minds and make them think, make them do whatever they want, whatever he wants.
Yeah, he had what was it, like 4 horsemen too, 4 followers.
Yeah.
So let's go. It was a Storm, Psylocke, Magneto, and Angel.
Yeah. So, so he has like the 4 horsemen to protect him, to do his bidding, whatever, and basically, he's trying to get Professor X's powers. And with his powers, he basically get to control everyone in the world because
he has the entire planet.
Yeah, and very in the movie he like amplifies his 4 horsemen's powers.
Yeah,
that's something that he's able to do is amplify people's powers.
Yeah, the epic part was seeing Magneto's power amplified.
Yeah, basically controlling all like metal in the whole Earth.
Like practically the entire planet.
Yeah, so that was pretty crazy. And and then how he just controls matter, pretty much like dirt, mountains.
Oh yeah, like how he killed those guys. He like put that guy into the wall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Apocalypse I'm talking about actually, yeah.
I thought it was pretty crazy how in the beginning of the movie, back like whatever like thousands of years ago, how it's like the first time he accumulates the power to heal.
Yeah.
So
So he could like live for a long time, you know.
yeah, pretty much like Wolverine.
Yeah.
You will live forever. But I mean, there's ways around that.
Yeah, I like the part too, the beginning where well after the scene of the Egyptian part where Scott Summers comes in. That part was actually pretty funny the way he handled the bully. Well, he just couldn't contain his power, so he just let loose, you know.
Yeah, the introductions of him and then like other mutants that are in uh, Xavier's school for gifted youngsters.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that was cool. Like it was pretty much like, oh yeah, because I don't think like in the last movie it wasn't really like that. It was like, oh, you know, I'm like a hippie, and you know, this is like the first time the school's actually open.
Yeah.
You know, with these actors, and I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, like especially Nightcrawler. That was pretty cool when he was fighting Angel and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So he ended that fight real quick though.
Yeah, I mean, Nightcrawler's a badass, and you know, if he's like not a little boy and he knows what to do, man,
Yeah.
you know, he's a dangerous mutant. But yeah, I thought the movie was really, really good.
pretty much like all the characters are really good. Especially like I enjoyed Jean Grey a lot too, seeing like her younger self and all that. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and let's just go to our likes. You know, one of my likes about this movie was Jean Grey, the Phoenix. You know, she's going through you know, discovering her powers, trying to contain it. Xavier's trying to help her. You know. Yeah, so I thought that was one of the best scenes in the whole movie. You know, it's just like Jean Grey, the Phoenix. You know, we've seen in the past movies how they try to contain this Phoenix thing, but guess what? We got Apocalypse here. You know, this is the powerful mutant. He can take it. You know.
Yeah, that's when Xavier just tells him, man, just let go. You know.
Yeah, Apocalypse is so powerful. You can have Magneto. You can have, you know, Cyclops. You can have all these people like dishing on him all their powers, but it's still not enough. You need Jean Grey to finish it, do the job. I thought that was like sick.
When I saw that scene, man, I actually got goosebumps, man. I was pretty sick, man. You know, just growing up with these characters and seeing them like that, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool because everyone knows that the Phoenix is like really, really powerful.
Yeah.
And pretty much it's just like unleash your power, you know, just going all out, you know, on Apocalypse. So I thought that was like one of my favorite scenes, you know. So that's something that really like made this one of my favorite X-Men movies, was basically, you know, having all these people face against a mutant who's super powerful. Usually you have like these previous X-Men movies, it's like, oh, we have Magneto, but he's trying to do something, we have to stop him doing something. There really hasn't been like this super mutant like face-off kind of thing, you know. Like we've seen like Iceman versus Pyro and crap like that, but you know, this was really like epic.
Yeah, it was like in the first what was it, First Class, it was like that Shaw guy. Then the second one, what was the second one again? The second one was like mostly like Magneto. And
yeah,
all
it was
that.
like Magneto.
And
We had to stop Magneto at the White House.
Trask and all that.
Yeah.
And now it's Apocalypse, so
yeah,
was
so
a pretty cool part. Just like upping the ante, you know, just like bringing all this to you, you know. It's like practically like a god, you know. And they beat his ass.
Yeah, as powerful as he was, you know. Let's just go over another like was probably the Quicksilver scene, right? How can we go wrong with Quicksilver? He's awesome.
Yeah, they like just like I said, upping up, man. They upping up from the first from the second part when he first came in, you know, at the Pentagon and all that, and now to this one where the scene's much longer, much more just showing how fast he is.
Yes.
So that's a pretty cool part. It's just like saving all those people from an explosion too.
And then it's like Sweet Dreams, you know, 80s music, which is awesome.
Sweet Dreams. That was pretty funny. Like you know who he is. Like right when the scene just like goes to slow motion, and when that music pops up, you see his feet. There he is.
To me, it's like some parts is like slow motion, and then other parts is pretty much like time is stopped because he's moving so fast.
Yeah.
You know. So, but that was awesome. You know, him just going through the mansion and like saving people.
Yeah, there's like funny moments in there when he's like going slow motion and all that.
Yeah, I like all the 80s things that they incorporated, like drinking the tap or whatever.
Oh, the tab, yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, so that was awesome. Did you have any dislikes about this movie?
I can't think of any right now. So I guess no for me. No dislikes. You?
I'm gonna have to go with the Four Horsemen. You know, as much as I like love Magneto, and we all saw Psylocke look hot. You know, she was half naked in this movie.
Everyone gets cool armor except for her.
Yeah, and then, and then Angel. You know, we all know Angel, and he was sick with his metal wings. And you know, I just thought that I really wanted like the comic Four Horsemen. I know there's some like badass dudes that are like in the comics, and they're just like can't think of their names, but I know you guys know who they are. You know, but they're like bigger badass dudes. You know, I really like wanted to see those guys, but they kind of like just brought in Magneto, and they brought in a hot chick, and then they brought in Angel, and so I really wanted to see like new mutants brought into it, you know.
Yeah, like ones that we haven't already like we've seen so many times already. You know?
Yeah. So I thought I felt like those were the Horsemen just to make the story go, you know, using Magneto's powers to destroy the world. You know, Angel's matchup against Nightcrawler. You know, so yeah, I thought we could have like more badass Four Horsemen like in the beginning of the movie. You know, like maybe like those guys were like badass like Four Horsemen like. You know, Apocalypse goes out there and this Four Horsemen fail, and he's like, "What the hell is this, man? You guys are pathetic, man."
Feel me.
So, I mean, that was the dislike.
Yeah, I think I could probably think of one, like a couple of dislikes from now. Mostly like it has to do with probably like Psylocke and like Angel. It's just like how they really hardly did anything in this film. Like I could say like how I wouldn't say they're a little useless, but I think it would have been better to at least have like them to do a lot more than what they did in the film, you know. Especially like Angel, you know, it was like he hardly did anything.
Yeah.
Except like this like fight with Nightcrawler, but like I keep going on about Psylocke
and
too.
It's pretty much the same thing about Storm. Like Storm was like his first Horseman or whatever, and like he like amplifies her powers and her hair goes gray or white or whatever. And she barely does anything too. You know? Like she just flies in, does a little lightning, and that was like it.
Yeah.
And then, well, except for the end when she teams up against Apocalypse, but you know.
So I think mostly like more of the amplifying that we saw was like Magneto. Like holy crap! Like you actually saw the true power of him. What would happen if like he actually would do that like, constantly? You know.
Yeah.
Without being amplified by Apocalypse. So. I think he's one that actually we saw more. I know we saw Angel get all those metal, the metal on him, and Psylocke. I don't know what he did Psylocke though.
I thought that was cool because, to me, after his powers being amplified, I felt like that would lead to Magneto, creating his own island of metal, and it being like a safe haven for like mutants and stuff, which is like in the comics and like TV series. So I thought that was cool, but. I mean, overall, man, I thought this was a really, really good movie.
Yeah. And another part too to add to the story, like the likes actually, would be like how, just like when Professor X was talking to Magneto about like, oh my friend, and I feel your pain when his wife died and all that, and like how Apocalypse just turns and he's like, what do you say? Is he like interesting or something like that?
Fascinating.
Yeah, fascinating, and it's like, thanks for letting me in.
Yeah, it's just like I mean that there right itself is like it's like cool, okay, Apocalypse is super powerful, but then on the second of all it's just like, wait, how is he doing this? Does he have psychic powers? Like he's like it's one of the powers I have gained over time or whatever in the many lifetimes, because he has the psychic power to block Professor X getting to his Four Horsemen's heads, but he doesn't. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, even though it doesn't make any sense really, but I thought that part was actually pretty cool.
Yeah. And then it's just like, I mean, now that I think about it, it's just like, Apocalypse could have just, like, blown up the whole freaking world with the nukes. He doesn't need Magneto to, like, destroy it.
Yeah, he just sent them out into space.
No
more superpowers!
No more! So, I kind of like the way Apocalypse, like, I like the actor. I like the way he talks.
Poe Dameron?
Yeah. So I like the way people were freaking out when they saw like the teaser or the trailer, how he was like purple and he thought he was like a Power Ranger villain or whatever. I mean, that was just the light, and I kind of knew that. Like, he's standing in the alleyway. Of course, there's gonna be like some random like light in the alleyway.
Yeah.
So I knew he was blue. So and he was. So people just need to calm down.
Yeah, another cool part too. If you like most fans, people know about Marvel and like all that. Wait till the end of the credits, and you'll see what's coming next. Was it what's it called? SX, I think it's called.
Yeah, the corporation
for Mr. Sinister.
Yeah, so I thought that was cool because
Yeah.
he's pretty much like the next guy that's in line after Apocalypse.
Yeah, it was like
Actually supposed to be his like right hand man.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Like I didn't know too much about him either, and I did research and all that. I was like, man, this guy is just like pretty old too. He's like immortal and all of that crap. Like I looked up how he got his name and all that. So this guy seems like she's pretty cool.
And he's actually like crazy. Like he's like kind of like like Mr. Sinister.
Okay.
Like Joker-esque, I guess.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like the main villain of the next Wolverine film.
Yeah, which is coming out soon. Can't wait. So
the last film of Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
The last X-Men film.
Yeah. Sad to hear, but it's supposed to be rated R.
Old man Wolverine.
All right, you have anything else to say about this movie?
I think I pretty much said it all.
All right, what's your rating of this movie?
My rating would be a 9 because it was pretty epic scenes with Magneto and that Quicksilver scene. So yeah, it's a 9 for me.
I'm gonna have to go with 8.5. I thought this movie was really, really good. Probably one of my most favorite X-Men movie. It didn't really disappoint me that much. I liked how they introduced the characters and how they become the X-Men, and they bring in Apocalypse, which is like, the villain of the X-Men, and how it took all of them to take him down. That shows how powerful he is, and you got to see the powers of all the kids in the X-Men, and it shows you like some respect for Professor X, and his power, what he's really capable of doing, but he chooses not to do it. And how Apocalypse really wanted his power, and how valuable his power is, if someone was able to attain it. So
the most powerful telepath.
Yeah, and Quicksilver, all of these mutants that I liked. So yeah, I really like this movie.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. All right. Well, this was the Digital Addiction Empire, and that was X-Men Apocalypse. Like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter. Let us know what you think on the comments down below, and we will see you next time.
Later.